Hi there, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jackie and this is part 3 in a 3-part video series that I did to complete a sea glass mosaic on this vintage window. So in this video I'll show you how I did pane 3, and in the first 2 videos, video 1 I did the middle pane, video 2 I did the pane in the left, and in this video I'm going to do the pane on the right. So if you want to see those other 2 videos, I'll post a link to those in the description down below. And join me for my next video and I'll show you what I do to hang this. I want to hang this in my bathroom. I have a bathroom in my basement that doesn't have any windows, so I wanted to do this window to add to the decor of my bathroom. So join me next time and I'll show you what it looks like hanging on the wall and how I did that. I really hope you enjoyed this one. So, pane 3 of this sea glass mosaic, and then I'll have it all finished and ready to hang in my bathroom. I'm really looking forward to seeing this finished. I'm quite enjoying it as I'm going. There we go, take care of the dust. Now I want to start with the main flower in this third pane, and I have a center for this flower that kind of matches this center over here. It's a gray rock with a piece of green sea glass and a blue rock on top of it. And I want this centered in this pane, and I also want it to fall about halfway between these 2 pieces. So there's about 5 inches in height here between this center and this center. So I want about this one at about 2.5. And I want it halfway between halfway in here. So I'm going to measure that as well, which is about 3 3/4. This is where the rest of my whole pane is not going to be measured, but this is going to be measured. So I'll get that glued on before I go any further to make sure it is exactly where I want it to be. So let me come back here again. Now for my petals, I want them about the same size as the petals in that piece. So I've picked out some pieces of sea glass that kind of approximate that size, and I'll set those out. And again, I want this piece to stand on its own, but at the same time, so to have some individuality, but I want it to be consistent with the rest of the piece. So it's going to be different yet similar. So again, like before, I'm going to pick out centers that are somewhat consistent. So 3 blue centers. I've got 3 white rocks for centers. I'll just set my centers down here and then I can pull them as I need them. I've got 3 reddish rocks for centers, 3 caramel colored rocks for centers, and 3 of these purple wampum shells. And I've got another center that matches this one here that I will put somewhere in this piece, maybe down low. I've got 1 sea pottery flower. So then I've got 1 sea pottery flower in each of my panes of glass. I have enough aqua-colored sea glass here to have 3 aqua-colored flowers, because I know I want 3 of those. And here's the third one. And I've got some green sea glass picked out so I can have 3 green flowers. And with my green ones, I'm going tiny, medium. I think I have a few more than I need here, but it gives me more to play with. And I've got 1 green one that I'd like to make a little bit larger, and I think I'll put that one down here. And I also have picked out what is different in this piece. On this one I'm going to put a piece of driftwood, because I don't have any driftwood in it yet, and I'm going to put it down here in the corner with a rock on top of it and my signature anuck check. So I picked out some sea pottery for my inukchuk. And that's going to kind of dominate the bottom here because I always like to have an inukchuk. So I think I'll put that one there. And I also want to start my green stem, because if I don't have, sorry, this is not green, this is brown. I'll put a few brown pieces, I'll just lay them out so that I have the stem going up to my main flower started. All right. And I've got a few more of these white rocks from one of my Nova Scotia beaches that I love. So I think I'll put those on. I've got a really cool PEI rock. I get quite a few of these on my favorite beach on PEI. They're kind of like redstone, sandstone type of rocks that have patterns on them. Very cool. I collect a lot of those. Sometimes when I'm making a turtle on a beach scene, I'll use that as my turtle back. And a rock with a hole in it. I've got a few other little pebbles that I'll just set here and then they'll work their way in. And then I've got lots of my white triangles all picked out here on a tray so that I can fit them in as I go. So I'm all set to get started. So I'm going to do like I did on my second pane here, and I'll put my video on time lapse and you can watch me pull this all together. And if you don't want to watch the time lapse, you can just click to the end and then you can see, I'll show you a close-up of all of my piece finished and what it looks like when it's done.